हेलो फ्रेंड्स मु रंजीत ओडब्ल्यूएससी हाईस्कूल शिक्षक नियुक्ति 2022-23 सिलेबस अनुसार इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन रो आउ किछि क्वेश्चंस नै कि आसी पार्ट 4 रे वीडियो स्टार्ट करिया पूर्व बेस्ट ऑफ लक टू ऑल जो माने भी एग्जाम देवा जाउछंती तो निश्चित कष्ट परिश्रम करिथिबे एवं तार फल मध्ये आपण माने निश्चित पाइबे। तो चलंतु डेर न करी स्टार्ट करिया वीडियोटी शेष जाय देखंतु एवं मो सह रही थरे क्विक रिवीजन करि नियंतु एवं एई टाइप रो ही क्वेश्चंस आपण एग्जाम रे देखिया को ही पाइबे। First question. Under which article of the Indian Constitution the Parliament may create or abolish legislative council in state? विधान परिषद से क्रिएट करि परिबो किंबा abolish करि परिबो एटा को आर्टिकल मेंशन करा जायछि। तो करेक्ट आंसर हो आर्टिकल 169। Who is the chairman of the Northern Zonal Council in India? तो करेक्ट आंसर हो यूनियन होम मिनिस्टर। All doubts and disputes arising out of or in connection with the election of a president of India shall be inquired into and decided by the कहा द्वारा डिसाइड करा जाए। तो करेक्ट आंसर अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया। Which among the following articles of the Indian Constitution empowered Parliament to constitute administrative tribunals both at central and state level for adjudication of matters related to recruitment and conditions of service of public servants? Who article mention अछि? तो correct answer अब article 323A. Article 323A. Who among the following headed the second backward classes commission in India? The correct answer is BP Mandal. BP Mandal. In which year the National Food Security Act was enacted by the Parliament of India? National Food Security Act केबे enacted हला? तो correct answer is 2013 रे. When did the Rajya Sabha meet for the first time? The correct answer is 1952. How many times the national emergency has been declared in India so far? The correct answer is 3 times. All doubts and disputes arising out of or in connection with the election of a vice president of India shall be inquired into and decided by the ये टिके सम पूर्व प्रेसिडेंट थिला ए जगह क्वेश्चन रे वाइस प्रेसिडेंट अछि। तो करेक्ट आंसर कोन हबो सेम हबो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया। ठीक अछि। Which high court has jurisdiction over the union territory of Puducherry? The correct answer is Madras High Court. Which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution defines money bill? 110. A question बार बार repeat आमे करि सरचे revision. Who among the following is indirectly elected by the people of India? Indirectly elect किए हुवंती? Elected members of state legislative assembly, elected members of gram panchayat, elected members of Rajya Sabha, elected members of Lok Sabha. The correct answer is Rajya Sabha ro members. Who was the chairman of the Union Constitution Committee of the Constituent Assembly of India? Chairman किए थिले Union Constitution Committee रो? तो correct answer है Jawaharlal Nehru. When did the Constituent Assembly of India meet for the last time? Last time. तो यार correct answer है 24th January 1950. 24th January 1950. In which year the Protection of Civil Rights Act was enacted in India? Protection of Civil Rights Act केबे enacted हला 1955. What is the maximum strength of Rajya Sabha? आम Rajya Sabha रो maximum strength केते 250. The concept of fundamental rights in the Indian Constitution is borrowed from United States of America Constitution. Which part of the Indian Constitution contains Article 51A? Part 4A. ठीक अछि। How many schedules have been added to the Indian Constitution through Constitutional Amendment Acts? प्रथमे 8टा थिला बर्तमान 12टा अछि तो 4टा ऐड हेछि। Who among the following administers the oath of office to the Chief Justice of India? The correct answer is President of India. शपथ ग्रहण करंती। Who among the following is the guardian of the rights and privileges of the Lok Sabha? One and only Speaker of Lok Sabha. Who among the following is the first Comptroller and Auditor General of Independent India? CAG Independent India रो प्रथम किए थिले? तो करेक्ट आंसर हबो B नरहरि राव। B नरहरि राव. The original text of Indian Constitution contained dash article. Original text of the Indian constitution रे केतेटा आर्टिकल थिला स्टार्टिंग रो तो करेक्ट आंसर हबो 395. In which year did the tenure of the 16th Lok Sabha begin? 16th Lok Sabha केबे begin हला तो करेक्ट आंसर हबो 2014 रे. ठीक अछि. Next, who among the following administers oath of office to the Prime Minister of India? शपथ ग्रहण किए कराए? President of India. The concept of judicial review in the Constitution of India was borrowed from the कोट होना है judicial review तो correct answer होगा United States of America. In which year was the institution of High Court first established in India? Sorry. को वर्ष High Court first time established होला इंडिया रे 1862. अच्छा एतु रिलेट करी क्वेश्चन आम इंडिया रे रेलवे सिस्टम केबे टू स्टार्ट हला? ट्रेन कमेंट बॉक्स रे कमेंट करी जणेबे. What is the weightage of the vote of the central government in the GST council? Weightage केते थाए vote रो? GST council रे तो करेक्ट आंसर होबा 1/3 of the total votes. What is the quorum to constitute a meeting of the Lok Sabha including speaker? Including speaker तो करेक्ट आंसर होबा 55. Which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution describes India as a union of states implying the indestructible nature of the Indian Union? को आर्टिकल मेंशन अछि? Article 1. When did the Panchayat Raj institution get a constitutional status in India? केबे पाइला? तो करेक्ट आंसर होबा यार 1993. Which among the following high courts has the jurisdiction over Andaman and Nicobar Island? जेमती पुडुचेरी उपरे मद्रास हाई कोर्ट रो लिमिट अछि सेमिति अंडमान एंड निकोबर आइलैंड उपरे कहार तो करेक्ट आंसर होबा कलकत्ता हाई कोर्ट. Which article of the Indian Constitution empowers the president to promulgate ordinance during the recess of parliament? को आर्टिकल मेंशन अछि तो करेक्ट आंसर होबा आर्टिकल 123. आर्टिकल 123. What is the period of second 5-year plan of India? Second 5-year plan रो period tenure केते तो करेक्ट आंसर होबा 1956 रू 1961. ठीक अछि. Next, who was the chairman of the drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly of India? Chairman के थिले तो करेक्ट आंसर होबा B.R. Ambedkar. Which of the following is a form of government that allows people to choose their rulers through voting system? ताको को टाइप रो गवर्नमेंट कहबा तो करेक्ट आंसर होबा डेमोक्रेसी. That is democracy. At present, how many parliamentary constituencies are there in India? At present, how many parliamentary constituencies are there in India? The correct answer is 543. 543. Who among the following has the power to remove the chairperson or any other member of a state human rights commission? का पाखे से power अछि? Only President of India पाखे. How many members of the Rajya Sabha are nominated by the President of India? The correct answer is 12. Which schedule was added to the Indian Constitution by the 52nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1985? को schedule को add करा जाइथिला 52nd Constitutional Amendment Act रे तो करेक्ट आंसर हबो यार 10th schedule. ठीक अछि 10th schedule. Next, name the member of the Constituent Assembly of India who said the preamble to our constitution expresses what we had thought or dreamed so long. किए कहिथिले? तारा करेक्ट आंसर हबो सर अल्लाडी कृष्णस्वामी अय्यर. सर अल्लाडी कृष्णस्वामी अय्यर. Which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution deals with the right to freedom? अच्छा गोटे सेकंड. सर अल्लाडी कृष्णस्वामी अय्यर से कौन थिले? कमेंट बॉक्स में कमेंट करके जणेबे. Which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution deals with the right to freedom? Right to freedom. कोथरे अछि 19 रु 22. When was the Constitution of India adopted by the Constituent Assembly of India? केबे अडॉप्ट कराला पचरा जायछि तो करेक्ट आंसर हबो नवंबर 26 1949 अडॉप्ट करागला. क्लियर. नेक्स्ट, व्हाट वाज द पीरियड ऑफ फोर्थ 5-year प्लान ऑफ इंडिया? तो करेक्ट आंसर हबो 1969 रु 1970. 1974. Which of the following has the power to establish a joint public service commission for two or more states? का पाखर से पावर अछि joint public service commission रो establishment करिवा पई तो यार करेक्ट आंसर हबो पार्लियामेंट ऑफ इंडिया. Who is the head of the Union Council of Ministers in India? Union Council of Ministers in India तांकर हेड किए तो करेक्ट आंसर हबो प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया. Which state has the largest number of Rajya Sabha seats? को स्टेट रो सबटू अधिक राज्यसभा सीट्स अछि तो यार करेक्ट आंसर हबो उत्तर प्रदेश ऑब्वियसली. The post of UN High Commissioner for Human Rights was established by the UN General Assembly in the year. This questions माने बिलोंग करूनी इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन रो बट ए क्वेश्चन भी आसी पारे तो यार करेक्ट आंसर होजी 1993. Who will preside over the first sitting of the newly elected Lok Sabha? Pro tem speaker. At present, how many fundamental duties are there in the Indian Constitution? There are 11 duties. In which year was the first Administrative Reforms Commission constituted by the Government of India? The correct answer was 1966. Which of the following acts introduced separate electorates for the Muslim community in British India? The correct answer was Indian Councils Act 1909. Which among the following articles of the Indian Constitution deals with the Finance Commission? Finance Commission सहित क्यों आर्टिकल डील करे तो करेक्ट आंसर हबो आर्टिकल 280. मने रखिथिबे फाइनेंस कमिशन आर्टिकल 280. Who was the first president of independent India? First president किए थिले राजेंद्र प्रसाद. How many members are there in the Election Commission of India excluding the Chief Election Commission? ताहले आउ दी जण रहिले. Who is the ex officio chairman of the Council of States in India? तो करेक्ट आंसर हबो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट राज्यसभा रो ताको हमें कोन कहूचे काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट्स. Who is the chairman of the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs that directs and coordinates the governmental activities in the economic sphere? तो यार करेक्ट आंसर हबो प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया. ठीक अछि. In India, the state legislative assemblies elections are conducted by कहा द्वारा कंडक्ट करा जाए तो करेक्ट आंसर हबो इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया. When was the Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act enacted by the Parliament of India? केबे तो यार करेक्ट आंसर हबो 1986 रे. Which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution guarantees the equality of opportunity in matters of public employment? तो एटा आर्टिकल 16 रे को जाईची. Who among the following administers oath of office to the Vice President of India? तो करेक्ट आंसर हबो President of India. Which article of the Indian Constitution prohibits forced labor? Forced labor को कोटा prohibit करूची तार करेक्ट आंसर हबो आर्टिकल 23. आर्टिकल 23. For who among the following the salaries and allowances are charged on the Consolidated Fund of India? तो यार करेक्ट आंसर हबो डेप्यूटी स्पीकर ऑफ लोकसभा. कंसोलिडेटेड फंड ऑफ इंडिया रु तार सैलरीज और अलाउंसेस दिया जाउची कहा को डेप्यूटी स्पीकर ऑफ लोकसभा को. क्लियर. नेक्स्ट. Fundamental duties are enshrined in which of the following parts of the Indian Constitution? को पार्ट रे मेंशन अछि तो करेक्ट आंसर हबो पार्ट 4A. Clear. At present, how many high courts are there in India? There are 25 high courts. Who was the chairman of first Finance Commission of India? First chairman किए थिले तो करेक्ट आंसर हबो केसी नियोजी. In India, the Cabinet Committee on Political Affairs is headed by. In India, the Cabinet Committee on Political Affairs is headed by Prime Minister of India. Who appoints the presiding officers and the polling officers of Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assembly elections in India? Ki appoints करे तो करेक्ट आंसर हबो District Election Officer. Clear. When did India declare itself a sovereign, democratic and republic state with the adoption of the Constitution? The correct answer was January 26, 1950. November 26, 1949 रे adopt कला but implement declaration हला January 26, 1950. ठीक अछि. Which decade was observed as the United Nations Decade for Human Rights Education? The correct answer was 1952 2004. United Nations Decade for Human Rights Education. Which article of the Indian Constitution empowers the governor to promulgate ordinance when the state legislature is not in session? President ପାଇଁ ଜାଣିଲେ ଏବେ governor ପାଇଁ କ'ଣ 213 The maximum gap between two sessions of Parliament of India should not be more than କେତେରୁ ଅଧିକ ହବା କଥା ନୁହଁ ସେ ହେଉଛି 6 months. Which of the following is the highest court of appeal in India? That is 1. Supreme Court of India. Which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution contains the provisions regarding the election of president? Election of president. Regarding jaha bhi provisions achi ko article le mention kara jaichi article 54 re. Which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution deals with the protection of life and personal liberty? Ko article le mention kara jaichi protection of life and personal liberty. The article 21. Article 21. Which of the following parts of the Indian Constitution is titled as official language? Official language. The correct answer of part 17. Part 17. Official language जोटा कि schedule 8 रे mention अछि. Who among the following administers oath of office to the President of India? The Supreme Court ro Chief Justice of India. Under which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution the cultural and educational rights are granted? Cultural and educational rights are granted. The correct answer of article 29 to 30. Article 29 to 30. Which of the following has recently launched a radio series Matdata Junction in collaboration with All India Radio? The correct answer of obviously Election Commission of India. Matdata type of word jetu use heichi. Who among the following has the authority to remove the chairperson of any other member of the National Human Rights Commission of India? का पाखरे से authority अछि. The correct answer of President of India. Who among the following was the first Chief Justice of Republic of India? First Chief Justice किए थिले? हरिलाल जे कनिया. हरिलाल जे कनिया. ठीक अछि. Next. How many functional items have been placed within the purview of municipalities in the 12th schedule of the Indian Constitution? How many functional items have been placed within the purview of municipalities in the 12th schedule of Indian Constitution? The correct answer is 18. In which year was the Central Bureau of Investigation set up by the resolution of the Ministry of Home Affairs? Central Bureau of Investigation set up by the resolution of Ministry of Home Affairs. The correct answer is 1963. Next, how many members does the State Human Rights Commission have excluding chairperson? Chairperson को छाड़ी की State Human Rights Commission ने कितना member थांती तो correct answer है वो दीटा member थांती. Article 33 of the Indian Constitution empowers the Parliament to restrict or abrogate the fundamental rights of the members of kahar bank and finance institution, legislative assembly ro, armed forces ro, lok sabha ro. तो correct answer है armed forces रो तांकर किछिटा restrict थाए माने openly किछि कहि परिबेनी एटसेट्रा बहुत गुडे तांकर थाए. Which of the following parts of the Indian Constitution instruct the citizens to protect and preserve the natural environment? तो एटा obviously fundamental duty हमरो natural environment को preserve करिवा protect करिवा. The provisions of the Panchayats extension to the Scheduled Areas Act was enacted by the Parliament of India in the year. The provision of Panchayat Act was enacted by the Parliament of India in the year. को वर्ष 1996. When was the national anthem of India adopted by the Constituent Assembly? केबे तो करेक्ट आंसर हम जनवरी 24 1950 रे The chairman and the members of the Central Administrative Tribunal are appointed by the President after having consultations with कहा सहित कहा consultation रे Central Administrative Tribunal the chairman किंबा अलगा मेंबर अपॉइंट हुआ तो करेक्ट आंसर हम प्रेसिडेंट कर चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया सहित कंसल्टेशन पर Who can appoint a judge of a high court as an acting chief justice of the high court in India? The correct answer is President of India. Which of the following parts of the Indian Constitution directs the state to separate judiciary from the executive? What question? Which of the following parts of the Indian Constitution directs the state to separate judiciary from the executive? The correct answer कौन होगा? Directive Principle of State Policy DPSP. Which among the following was the first state in India that was formed on linguistic basis in 1953? The correct answer is Andhra Pradesh, that is Andhra Pradesh. Who among the following administers the oath of office to the Union Council of Ministers in India? Union Council of Ministers in India तांकु शपथ ग्रहण किए कराए? President of India. ठीक अछि. Which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution deals with financial emergency? को article mention अछि financial emergency regarding? The correct answer is article 360. Article 360 dash resembles the instrument of instructions enumerated in the Government of India Act of 1935. The correct answer is DPSP, that is DPSP. The second Administrative Reforms Commission was constituted by the Government of India in 2005 under the chairmanship of कहा chairmanship रे Second Administrative Reforms Commission was constituted by the Government of India in 2005 under the chairmanship of M. Birappa Moli. M. Birappa Moli. Which amendment of the Indian Constitution provided constitutional status to the municipalities? Constitutional status municipalities को मिली ची को amendment रे तो correct answer अब 74th Constitutional Amendment Act year अपन माने comment box से comment करके जनेबे क्यों year रे 74th Constitutional Amendment क्यों year रे हितला Which article of the Constitution of India provides for a Council of Ministers headed by the Prime Minister to aid and advise the President in the exercise of his functions? को आर्टिकल मेंशन करा जाय प्रेसिडेंट को सलाह मसौरा टाइप रो किबा ताको एडवाइस देई परिबे तो को आर्टिकल मेंशन अछि तो करेक्ट आंसर हो आर्टिकल 74. Which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution contains the provisions regarding the manner of election of president? Manner of election of president को आर्टिकल मेंशन अछि आर्टिकल 55. Manner of election of president article 54 55 most important. The Rajya Sabha is also known as कौन को आजे टिके सम पूर्वरु पढिले Council of States. Council of States headed by Vice President of India. Who among the following is the constitutional head of India? Constitutional head आम इंडिया रा किए? President obviously. How many functional items have been placed in the 11th schedule of the Indian Constitution? केतेटा functional item अछि? तो correct answer अब 29. Who among the following is the 29 ठीक अछि. Who among the following is the guardian of the rights and privileges of the Lok Sabha committees? Correct answer अब Speaker of Lok Sabha. Speaker of Lok Sabha. Which of the following committees has identified the existence of legal provisions for the implementation of some of the fundamental duties in India? The correct answer is Burma Committee. Burma Committee. ये जारे शरण सिंह कमिटी और बर्मा कमिटी भितर बहुत कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट हुए या करेक्ट आंसर होची क्वेश्चंस हिसाब रे बर्मा कमिटी ये जारे क्वेश्चन देजी हैज आइडेंटिफाइड द एक्जिस्टेंस ऑफ लीगल प्रोविजंस फॉर द इंप्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ सम ऑफ द फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज फंडामेंटल ड्यूटी कहा रिकमेंडेशन आसिला पचारनी ठीक अछि नेक्स्ट Which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution deals with right to constitutional remedies? So one and only 32. The subject local government is mentioned in which of the following list of the 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution? Local government कोथरे मेंशन करा जायछि स्टेट लिस्ट रे मेंशन करा जायछि लोकल गवर्नमेंट जेमति कि हमर पंचायत द लोकसभा इज आल्सो नोन एज द काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट जेमति हम राज्यसभा को जानछि जेमति लोकसभा को हम कोन जानछे हाउस ऑफ द पीपल which one of the following acts was enacted by the Parliament of India in pursuance of Articles 21A of the Indian Constitution? 21A रे हमर एजुकेशन रिगार्डिंग इंसर्ट करा जायछि जोटा कि द राइट ऑफ चिल्ड्रन टू फ्री एंड कंपल्सरी एजुकेशन एक्ट 2009 मने रहला नेक्स्ट which of the following parts of the Indian Constitution is justiciable in nature? Justiciable in nature the correct answer हबो फंडामेंटल राइट्स तो ये थिला 110 क्वेश्चंस टोटल सब जाको पार्ट्स देखि नियंतु बहुत काम रे आसीबो एई टाइप रे ही क्वेश्चन बेळ पहिले एमिते ही क्वेश्चंस आपण एग्जाम रे देखिया को पाइबे ठीक अछि तो वीडियो केमति लाउची कोन लाउची कमेंट बॉक्स रे कमेंट करके निश्चित जणाबे फर्स्ट टाइम चैनल को विजिट करथले सब्सक्राइब करके निजर सपोर्ट निश्चित देबे वीडियो टी कंप्लीट देखि दिबारु धन्यवाद एवं आउ थरे बेस्ट ऑफ लक टू ऑल।